Sometimes games aren't even released and everyone is talking about them, and that's what happens when great teams are behind it. Scars Above is one of those examples, and it's a challenging sci-fi third-person action-adventure shooter, combining the rewarding feeling of overcoming difficulty with a compelling and intricate story, which we all like on the side, set in a mysterious alien world to explore. We really need to know more, even though we saw the trailer and we saw some of the live gameplays and Let's Plays during the Steam Fest. Joining us here today is actually the level designer, which is a bit of a change maybe for today, Uroš Pavlović.
Hello everyone, I'm Uroš Pavlović and I'm a level designer at Mad Hat Games. Before that I used to be a generalist on various projects for PC, mobile and consoles, but where I essentially found myself is level design. That's where this story begins. When I came to Mad Hat, at first glance what I saw, it forced me to fall in love with the Scars Above. Okay. It's a sci-fi action adventure. It puts you in the role of Kate, and she's a scientist who wakes up from an unconsciousness state on the alien hostile planet. I won't tell you more about the story. You will see something in the trailer. Just press play, okay?
We always wondered if we're alone in the universe. We observed and explored, but found nothing. Until now.
It has been 6 months since the alien object known as the Metahedron suddenly appeared above Earth's atmosphere.
Personal log, sentient contact assessment and response team.
Kate, we have an issue.
What happened?
Power supply failing.
Sensors offline.
I'm switching to backup generators.
Thank you. Can you just return? Okay. Scars Above is a game where you put in the role of Kate, and during this process you need to help Kate to find her crew. As I said, this is a very hostile environment, full of violent creatures and stuff that can kill you or eat you. And this story, what I want to tell you is how we start to design the world. Basically, we start with inspiration after we get good narrative guidelines of what we need to create. So, as you can see, we start to explore our own planet to see stuff, what can be useful, from world of funguses, I don't know, underwater worms, plants, until the monuments of communists from ex-Yugoslav Republic, and it really looks alien for alien inspiration. Also, we use those landmarks of natural look, and what we did after we gather all those ideas and create basic stuff what we want to use, we start to create concept arts. You can recognize those mushrooms here now, and we start to draw and play with the environment, with lights, what we can go to produce. As you can see, there is stuff from swamps to high mountains, valleys, alien structures, frost ground, and this is actually the beginning. What we did for each biome that we imagine to build, we start create these simple objects. They used later to create entire biomes. Usually we use block out tools in Unreal, but in this time we decided to go a little bit forward and to create very low poly shapes for creating biomes. Important thing is that with creating these biomes, we took each of assets that we build and send forward to 3D modeling team. So while we create those structures, they will create final assets. This is where Unreal actually jumps in. Besides creating landscapes and everything, Unreal also gives you a nice feature, which is replacing assets. Each of those assets here is a separate mesh, and when you put all this inside and send assets to modelers, they need to keep scale, orientation, pivots, and everything. What they do is actually to create final asset later. You can pick each of those and simply replace it in the scene. So while we create these layouts for testing a gameplay and running around, see if we need more narrow spaces or open or whatever, they will prepare us final graphics. Also, texture artists prepare materials. And this is some of assets that we create. Yeah, some juicy materials, nice. And yeah, this is how it actually looks in the end. Since we send them to finalize them, we return them like this. And yeah, okay, this doesn't work. All these assets was actually, the levels was really easy for KitBash. So you can, later if you want to reduce space or change anything, you can easily do it. So this is how finally looks from, where it is, from this to this. And when you have final assets, it's just a matter of day, not more, to change entire biomes into final graphics. This is a good ground for level designers later to start with final dressing, to add smaller details, stuff like lighting and VFX and stuff that's already prepared. So it was really challenging to get all those ideas and create from really basic stuff to stuff like this. So this was basically just boxes and stuff that we later redesigned. Okay. Yeah. On every planet you have to have badass creatures. As for the Unreal, we also use MetaHuman tool, which help us to improve our characters, which are humans, and those that are human-like. So it's not only for those beautiful faces. It can be something like this, too. Okay, one more stuff that is really great with Unreal is that you can use world composition. It means that when you create entire world that you'll have in game, you can use world composition to cut it in smaller biomes, areas, and it's way easier later for streaming game. People know to make this problem to itself to create very huge maps and without thinking of how to optimize later. So that's one of features that also help us. That will be all from me. Thank you for attention. See you.